Good morning, traders, and welcome to the Bookmap live trading webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap, and so we do live analysis. Good morning, traders, and welcome to Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. And then the live trading is with Jay Trader, a stocks trader, on Wednesday at 10 a.m. and then Scott Pulcini, a futures trader, on Thursday at 10. We'll go through the disclosures here, understand what you're getting involved with here. And then we're going to dive right into the markets and go through a little bit of a recap from yesterday. We saw it coming, and can't wait to go over that. And then look at the live market and see where price might be going next. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's jump right in and take a look here. S&P E-mini, if you guys want to look at something else, let me know. And we can see some sideways action here, a move to the downside, and then a nice move here to the upside with some pretty strong volume here at the moment. Just looking in general here, I've got the hero indicator on as well. I'm going to I was demoing that the other day. I want to make this just a little bit higher here so that we don't get distracted here. All right, but still have access to it. Wow, looking really nice for high liquidity up here around 45.72 or so, 71, and taking a pause right now, but it's a strong move. Order flow wise, we'd be looking for that. Next level is liquidity here at 60, 65, and then the 71, 72 area here. Just based on what we're looking at, we also have a lot of icebergs though that are just in this whole area here transacting. Okay, interesting insight there. All right, and let's move. Okay, good morning, Alan. Hear me loud and clear. And also on YouTube, good morning, Nat. All right, so yeah, anyway, before we kind of dive in here, we just went over the general order flow here in the S&P. Let's take a look at the higher time frame here. Look at the daily over here on the left hand side, the hourly in the middle here, and then the 15-minute chart on the right hand side. And we're just going to look at levels in here, levels of interest, and then we're going to look at the order flow around those levels. Now, due to the time that we have for the webinar, which is about an hour to an hour and a half, a nice chunk of time. However, we're not going to be necessarily hitting higher time frame levels during this time. So we're going to go through many different examples of order flow. The more the better. It's all the same stuff. It's all fractal. So if you're trading on higher time frames, you can use Bookmap. You can read the order flow. So for example, on Friday, let's look at the hour chart or even the 15-minute chart over here. The webinar is right around this time here. Yeah, here's 10 a.m. right here on this hourly candle. And we were looking for a continuation down into the swing down here, 45.10. Just strong candle here, pre-market, and well, I'm sorry, that wasn't pre-market. That was yeah, it was the day before. Then we opened up and kind of went back and forth in here, and it was choppy, very choppy. But we're looking for the overall picture to come down and test this 45.10 level. You can see what happened. It did. It was a beautiful move. We were just ending the webinar before that kicked off, and we knew it. We were waiting for it to unfold. And then let's just take a look at this here and understand higher time frame levels here. So you can see, for example, let's just zoom out a little bit more here. All right, here's our higher time frame. Now we're looking at a month of data on the hourly chart. So this is a super strong move here to the upside. The pullback is pretty strong too, but we're still in an uptrend. We're looking for the test down to this 45.10, and we would because of the strong move out of this area here, we're looking for a bounce. A nice bounce, and it's still bouncing. Okay, so looking for on the hourly chart, maybe it can come up and test this 45.72. Okay, does that ring a bell? We were just looking at that area. Let's look at the 15-minute chart over here, 45.72, right around here. Okay, maybe it can even come up a little bit higher here, maybe 83. We're looking at the 15-minute chart, 74 up to 83, somewhere around in there. Just by looking at when the sellers came in and when this dropped. Okay, and looking for buyers to retest that area back up in here on this higher time frame. All right, so some good stuff in here, and we were looking for that move to unfold. It finally did, but there was a lot of chop during Friday. Okay, so anyway, what are we looking for now? Well, yeah, the move up into that 72 area, and it rings a bell because that's where the high liquidity is, right up here. Okay, 839 contracts up at that price level. Okay, the most in the order book right now. You can see a little, no, I'm sorry, it's more up here at 85. Okay, so maybe we get a test up into 85. Let's go back to our higher time frame here for a second. Okay, 85 is up in here. These swings up here. Okay, these candles up in here. Okay, so it's a pretty strong move so far. Let's see if we can continue and get back up into these areas up in here. All right, so let me just mark this up. Okay, and then 85 up here as well. All right, and yeah, we'll see if we get our move up into that area. If we don't, and this exhausts out and comes back down, well, we're looking to test the low here from today, or maybe back into the where it opened up here, somewhere around maybe 41 down to 43. Okay, and if we get a lot of sellers, then we'd be looking for a move back down into this kind of 14 or 10 level that we're looking at on Friday. So just looking at some higher time frame stuff here. Let's see, the image is blurred, really. Cannot read the text at least. All right, it should be pretty good. I mean, let me see if I can help out the broadcast here. It should be on 1080p. And I know that it's on 1080p on the from Discord. Boy, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not really sure. Not blurry for you, Joe? Okay. We can look at the, so you want to look at SPXL or TQQQ. Sure, we can add those in. Okay, I'm not sure if oh, XL. Okay, sorry, hold on. There we go. And the Q's as well. All right, we'll wait for a little bit of data to come in on those, and we can take a look at those in a bit. Just remind me. All right. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry, Victor. It looks like everyone seems to see it fine there. It looks like it's just maybe your setting on YouTube there. All right, so click on the kind of setting button there. Yeah, I have it on 1080p high definition. Okay. All right. All right, let's continue on, guys. Yeah, thanks, Gula. Yep, looks like good. It looks good there. Does CQG and IQ feed work on Bookmap? Yeah, absolutely. For a long time. We just prefer Rhythmic. They offer full depth of market compared to those, and they also Rhythmic offers market by order data, which is pretty incredible. The stops and icebergs we can see here on chart and then in the sub chart here. We're already seeing some interesting stuff here on the stops and icebergs. The stop run to the upside, icebergs on the other side here after the stop run actually. So it's about around 2,000 in here. Is quite a few in here. So there's already larger players getting involved in here, and you don't see that liquidity getting filled in here because they're using iceberg orders. Right, that's pretty amazing transparency there. So I mean, this looks like a beautiful bull flag starting to shape up, like a bullish bull flag. Strong move, very tight sideways range, looking for continuation. And we look for continuation until we see something else. This is not a signal down here in icebergs. It's a confluence. Okay, now if we start to see a lot of selling come in here, exhaustion maybe up here and selling down here, now we got something. And looks like some sellers are coming in. Let's see if they can drop it down to 51 and 50 right now. We'd be looking for it. Okay, there it is. There's 51 already. Let's get down into 50 here, and they're pulling on the bid here. Okay, quick move. Good timing on that. Yeah, they can come down a little bit lower, maybe down into this area. Well, that is 50. Okay, right in there. And that would be a pullback, basically. We're still bullish in this order flow in here. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's continue on. Let's jump in here and take a look at Bookmap and see what's going on in here. And we're going to go through lots of different things. Low volume pullback. This might be, might be a low volume pullback. Let's see if we get buyers coming in. We already traded into 50 and a little bit through it. Looking to see if we can get buyers and come right back to trade back up into 54 maybe, or 53.5 here. So they're already starting to come in a bit. They're showing on the bid here. Okay. And yeah, we're seeing some buyers up in here. Not quite ready yet. Here we go. Second retest. Are they trading up here? Yes, we're looking to see them extend it here. Let's see if the buyers can come in. They should be able to reach back up into about 54. Okay, just looking at this small range in here. And no, they couldn't do it yet. In fact, more sellers down at the bottom here. We might get one more retest a little bit lower into this liquidity here. We might. We're watching it closely here. Okay, are they buying up here again? Is it exhausting out here? Not yet. No insight right now. Good morning, Alec. Can Rhythmic login be used on Bookmap? Yeah, that's how you do it. You can purchase it through our website. We'll send you the credentials through the marketplace, actually, not our website. Let me show you where that is. Just show bookmap.com, actually. That's probably the easiest. Bookmap.com, click on more here, and then marketplace is on the right hand side here. Okay, you can go right to MBO bundle if you want, or well, let's just click on marketplace. And that'll take us to the marketplace. Here's Rhythmic right here. Right, it's 39 bucks a month for CME or CBOT, but if you want the bundle, it's 99 bucks a month. That would be all CME group instruments. And then if you want the market by order bundle, it is here, and that's 134 a month. Okay, and it's pretty amazing transparency though, like I was saying. I mean, the iceberg's in here, and they're still selling. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, like this still looks like maybe just a retracement back, back down to these areas here. VWAP is here. Okay, I mean, maybe they can get down a little bit lower here, but we're still bullish on the order flow in here. We're just looking for this to, maybe hit some of these levels here. We're looking for it here. That failed, and we see more sellers taking it lower here. Now we're down at VWAP here and through it. Okay, stop runs. Okay, through VWAP, interesting. Let's see if we can get buyers back up here and maybe a push higher. Alec, I mean through it you never got credentials through the marketplace. They're pretty quick. Oh yeah, if you're using it through the broker, it's no problem. I mean, you can very easily um, just input your credentials from your broker. All right, let's see if we can get back up above VWAP here. It's kind of an over under here. Here come the buyers, looking for them to lift it back up to about 50 here. Okay, there's a lot of selling in here, but we're already kind of above the majority of it. So I'm looking to see if we can get back up to about 50 from 47 here. Kind of below it, and then move back up. A lot of people got stopped out. It was a pretty strong move though, from what, 53 on down to 45. Okay, we're just looking for these buyers to take it right back up though, to about 50. Yeah, try that. And I mean, boy, the marketplace, I mean, you purchase it and they'll send you, I mean, they'll email you the credentials. I mean, it'll take maybe I don't know, an hour, a half hour, something like that. I mean, we have to go through Rhythmic, but once it's all set up, then you're all set. All right, guys, so there's our retracement back to 50 here. Not really digging the order flow here. The strong selling, again, strong selling here, and it's not a whole lot of buying, but the overall picture, like we said, we were looking for that pullback. Up here, we weren't looking for the pullback. It was strong, like a strong bullish kind of pattern here. Strong move, and then just tight range going sideways, looking for another strong move. Okay, well, that didn't unfold. We see the selling coming in. They took it down to 50. We were looking for that, and then we're looking to see if we can get maybe bounce off of 50 and come back up into maybe 60 and continue. Sellers came in again. We got the move back down into VWAP. There's a beautiful retracement for you. And then we're looking for the bounce out of that area, which is happening right now. We're up to 50 or almost 52 now. And let's see if we can get that trend continuation. So strong move, pullback, strong move again here. So yeah, looking for buyers to try to take it back up into point of control of this little range up here around 55. Okay, and there's liquidity right there. So that would be the target right now. It's just that the buying in here is not quite as strong as the selling was. Good morning, Jeff. Is there a way to hide the right side not, is there a way to hide the right side list in Discord? In Discord, what you do is, let me show you here. Okay, so in Discord, I'm in the advanced webinar chat room here right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you have to go to YouTube right now. I mean, you can access the voice in here, but the YouTube is there's this is the problem we have with Discord. It maxes out at 50 here, and there's 62 in here right now. But yeah, you'll get the voice channel, and or 12 people will still get the voice channel, but they'll have to go to YouTube to watch the stream there. Yeah, that's where we're all going toward it, just because of this limitation. We'd like to stay in Discord, but we have to go over to YouTube. Anyway, the way to pop it out here, if you do have the Discord stream going on, click on it here. I've already popped it out, so let me pop it back in, I guess. Yeah. And if I click on the users, all users, well, anyway, like you'll see all the users in here. I don't want to mess this up. And then you, in the bottom right hand corner here, you click on the stream of my stream in here, and then you pop it out like this. Okay, and then you can come up here to the chat in the advanced webinar. Click on that. And now you've got the window popped out. Okay, so you can see what's going on in here on my screen. All right, I don't know if that answers the question for you, but yeah, YouTube is streaming live, buds. Just go to our channel and you'll see it underneath. It says live streams. Yeah, in fact, I need to check up on that. Yeah, this is kind of happy to answer any questions, truly. What you guys might have about Bookmap and what an iceberg looks like, etc. However, this I can point you to some of the references for it, and we'll cover it. However, this is the advanced webinar. We're going over order flow and price movement in action, where price might be going. So like we're back up to our level here, our high volume node at 55, right? So this was a nice move back up, and let's see if we can get more buyers back up in here to move to 60 now, right? We're going over live market analysis, and then giving insight to where price might go by reading the order flow. So it's not so much about going through the different features in Bookmap. Okay, we can have other webinars for that. No, you can join our just click on the more button on our website, and you'll see a link in there, edit to the Discord. And then you can join our Discord through there. Yeah. So okay. So the icebergs in here. Well, the blue line is showing it as like kind of a cumulative volume, a delta of icebergs. So we know there's a lot of selling icebergs in here. Yeah, this is looking good, guys. I'm looking for the breakout here. Okay. See they're higher highs, and there's more volume up here. I don't like that it's kind of dark underneath. We might get one really quick push back down here, but this is looking good. It should break out up into 60 here. Okay, and there we go. It's at 58 already. Looking for more than that. Look at beautiful stop run here as well. Okay, that's kind of anticipated. Retest immediately to where it broke out from. Still looking for continuation here up to 60 until we see something different. Okay, now this is what I was talking about though. See the selling coming in here, and they're just kind of dumping right now. And they looks like this guy got filled here on the this is a wicked little move in here. This larger player like came in, dumped very quickly, hit some stops, and then threw in a limit order here, very high size, like 200, right here on the best offer. But buyers took them on and traded. So that guy that was short in here, he got filled, or that dumped in here. Looks like, to me at least, buyers took him on, so he is short now. Or maybe he was taking profit, whatever. It doesn't really matter. We just know that those got filled. Okay. Anyway, this kind of movement in here, I mean, maybe we'll see a larger player. Here they are again. It looks like the same actor. Okay. Anyway, we kind of were wondering if the main order flow move is to the upside. However, we did note that it's kind of dark in here, and we want to be kind of careful about that. If they're bidding up and they really mean to stay in the order book, and they maybe get filled, or it just repels the sellers and we find more buyers, we should come up into 60. Shouldn't be a problem, and that's the typical order flow move. Now, it's not a trade recommendation at all. It's just an order flow insight. Yeah, we're kind of struggling here. Buyers are struggling, and this seller, you'll see now, we've seen this move so many times. Either they've sold a few times and they're out and done. If this ship is going to turn around and, like, that bullish action that we saw, and then it to kind of turn south, the way that happens typically is over time. You'll see this dumping again, dumping more. It maybe happens like 3, 4, 5 times before it kind of clues sellers in to go, to start selling. Okay, else it's maybe some profit taking, or maybe they got it the wrong way or whatever, but we're looking for the continuation. Right, and it's playing out pretty nicely. So we're almost up to about this 60 level. Okay, this is quite typical kind of action, and just to really kind of confuse things and convolute the order flow in these areas here. And the way that we can not get shaken out by some of these things is to understand the market structure and acceptance and rejection around areas, and understand the order book and the volume and where it's transacting. So we're back up in here. Still, this player, there's a player up here, and he just got filled, so I was still looking for this to go higher now. Okay, right in here. On the offer, he got filled by the buyers, and we went a little bit higher here. And now we're below that area. So that's kind of interesting. Interesting little read here. Okay, the structure is still bullish in here. Okay, it's still making higher highs and higher lows in here. So we're just looking for continuation still. Don't like that it's dark underneath here. The bid is, they're down here at 55. We want to see them bid up in here. And we want to sell, we want to find buyers, and we want to see them pull on the offer. Okay, they're bidding up, looking good. They should take these guys on here at this 58.25, and they're starting to pull a little bit. Yeah, interesting algo activity in here. Pulled, added higher, but then pulled at the last second. Okay, let's see if they can do it here. Looking for those buyers, take these guys on at and trade through. I want to see them trade through 58.25 and up into 60 here. Not yet. No buyers up here. If we get another rotation and get buyers up here, we should get the break. Okay, starting to transact a little bit. Let's get a little bit more up here. Can't do it. Okay, we can look for sellers at the bottom end of this small little range in here. If we get sellers in here, they should be able to break it down into 55, 54, and 53. Okay, this little structure in here is actually bearish. All right, let's see. Starting to get some transactions down here. No, we're up here again. All right, buyers, you should be able to do it now. They've got enough buying pressure here. They should be able to break it up into 60 here. Okay, they're on the bid. We're finding buyers. They're pulling on the offer. Just need a few more buyers, and we should get the move up into 60 here. Okay, just based on the order flow here. More icebergs in here. Not many, though. All right, starting to auction again up here. All right, buyers, come on. Come on, you've got it. They can't seem to do it. Sellers take it right back down here. You want to be careful here on this one. I mean, these are lower. It's a lower high in here compared to over here. So structurally, if we get sellers down here, here we go. All right, now if we get sellers down here, okay, they should be able to take it down. We're back to that 55 and 54, 53 on the sell side here. Buyers just couldn't take it here, right? And then if we get our sellers down here, we should get them to follow through to the downside here. Okay, 54 looks like a good area here. Here's our profile. Here's the kind of bottom of the range here, and maybe even a little bit lower. 53 basically. Yeah, not getting, just waiting for one of these scenarios to play out, and it's really kind of hard to read right now which one. We're not seeing too much of conviction here on one side or the other. So, you know, we're reading it, and we'll still look for it for one of these scenarios to play out. It's just not high probability. It's not looking that good. We're looking for something that offers more clarity into the larger players' activity. Here we go. There's a bit more here now. They should be able to drop it down into that 53. We're already down into 54. So they should follow through to the bottom of the range here. Yeah, we're already there. 54. They should be able to get it lower though. 53. Yeah, not bad on the sell side. You know, we've gone from like about 56 to 53. Now, we talked about this the other day. This, and for the S&P, and we'll take a look at some stocks that were requested earlier. But for the S&P, this is about a 3-point move. And the selling is not bad in here. It's pretty good. Is that enough, though, to drive it away from a value area? Okay, and maybe this smaller value area up here, yeah. But it's typically, from what we've seen over the years here, is we're looking for more than 3. Else what happens is 2 to 3 points, and then you can get a move right back up into this previous value area on the buy side. See, the buyers are already back up here, and they're going to stop out anyone that went sell side here. See how we're kind of already above it, and the buyers can take control here, and we should get a nice stop run to the upside here. And finally, we'll get up to 60. Okay, so this is a false breakdown here, and this is it meets that condition. Even though they're selling in here, the condition is met that it did not have the points move, and now we're looking at the short squeeze to the upside here. Okay, does that make sense? I want to make sure that this point is clear. We can see the line right underneath here, okay, where it broke down from, and then where buyers came back in here. Okay, we're already back up here. We're looking for that breakout before. Now buyers totally have it. They should be able to do it. Okay, and they should be clear. They've got a squeeze here. There should be some stops up here that are triggered. We're waiting for that red line to spike to the upside. We got some icebergs. Okay, now we're looking for some stops too. All right, tricky stuff, but we got some clarity in here. Yeah, we'll take a look at that SPXL and those Qs. I just want to make sure this point is clear. And let me get caught up in here. Chris, before you came on at 9:48, a big move to the upside. Why would the bulls back off? It's just the market. Not enough buying pressure. They for whatever reason they took it up this amount, and then we had our huge pullback here. Okay, back to VWAP, a little bit below it here. Now market, we were looking for a more shallow kind of pullback here because it was a bullish structure here, strong buying, strong volume, and then this was pretty bullish too, that it was going sideways. So we're looking for maybe a pullback to like this cluster or this cluster here. Maybe it could bounce off of here, but then we looked in here, we're looking here. They had the buying pressure. There's buying up here. They just didn't take it. We kind of rotate lower. Then we're looking for our sellers back down into this 50 down to VWAP basically. We talked about the VWAP reversion there, and then looking for the buyers coming out of that area too. It just didn't like the buying in here. Okay, we're looking for a pullback, and then the buying in here was just not that convincing. But we were looking for at least a move back to about 50, okay, in here, and then talked about 55 being the kind of high volume node up in here in this liquidity here, and it pulled back pretty nicely to that. And then we're back up in this area here. Okay, so bulls can take it again, and we're looking for them to charge back up into 60, and they're still struggling. And then that's when this bigger player came in here and started to dump. Nice little algo in here, trying to maybe ignite stops there. Yeah, they dumped a few different times in here and kind of, well, we talked about it, how it can kind of turn things around a bit. Algo in here yet again. And he's still in here. He just did it again. All right, look at that action right there. Now there's some stops in there, but it's not all stops at all. It's not a. It's pretty good stop run. So yeah, anyway, Chris, it's order flow. I mean, or the markets are dynamic, and the order flow. We capture the action though, and that's why we can read it and start to understand. Who knows? Why? I mean, there really wasn't any kind of key level up there. Maybe there was from the overnight, but I didn't see it. Or from another session, or maybe some options trade or something like that. Hero indicator, Jill, I would suggest to go to watch some of our Pro Trader webinars. or go to the Spot Gamma website. Also in our Discord room, we have Doug, David, and others who are experts with the Spot Gamma products and options, and you can watch some of Doug's videos as well. There's an AMA and also a Pro Trader webinar. Some good stuff in there. All right, let's take a look at these stocks here quickly. Okay. All right, now we're going to cover this here. This is pretty interesting to see. And this is, this is not a, this is fascinating actually. I don't think I've ever seen this before, where lots of activity here, and the way that this product is used, these SP, ETFs like SPY, etc. There's a ton of arbitrage and hedging, and these are larger players positioning for that. And it looks like they all kind of shut down here, just around 10:15. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And then now you can see they're still in here, some of them, but just not as much liquidity. And let's see what we see here. Same activity here. Basically a beautiful pullback, and then a bounce back up into the highs here. So it looks very similar. The liquidity does not. Okay, it looks very similar to the S&P E-mini. Qs is going to be similar, same activity in here. Unless someone wants to enlighten me on what might have happened in here around 10:15, which I don't really understand. Like I said, I haven't really seen that. Usually it's at 9:30 you'll see it just light up. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, it came back up into this liquidity up here in the Qs, and then right back down. Yeah, the ETFs are more difficult, I think, too, Sam, just because of the way the products are used. I mean, if you look at the currency futures as well, it's kind of like that. I mean, not as bad as this, but the currency futures, there's a lot of hedging. So, that's how those instruments are used. So I think it's a little bit harder to read. You can read it. I mean, God, we've had just amazing insight from Doug. Doug Pless has reached out or in the chat and looked at high levels of liquidity, like up here at this 60 and a half, right up here, and they're still in the book. Like, this is significant, and so that's a big target for the buyers. If we get enough buyers, that's where we should go. Now line that up with your NASDAQ E-mini. Okay, what about the SPXL? Same idea. Okay, where's that higher, longer time frame liquidity? And don't see as much in here. Maybe maybe up in this 123 area here. All right, let's see what's unfolded here. We never got to 60. Yeah, this player came in and disrupted the whole thing. Now we noted this player, how it takes a little while for it kind of turn things around here. He did it a number of times and then came in again and just dumped again. Now this time very heavily here, and you can see the disruption that what had happened here. Okay, we're down below the range here. We've made a lower low here, and there's still buying pressure coming in though, as you can see in here. Now, has it kind of clued the sellers in to take this lower? Let's take a look. Structurally here, we did not make a higher high or even equal high here. So if we get enough sellers yet again here at 52, 51 3/4, they should drop it back down into 50. Here we go. Let's see if these sellers should be able to do it now. Yeah, I was about to say the one caveat in here was, it see, it's again dark up here. They're not adding on the offer. So it's this one of those days we're going to get this kind of back and forth in here until we get like a a really nice kind of higher probability. Now it dropped, it finally dropped, but be aware of the offer in here and the pulling on the bid as well, if we want to look for this to go lower here. Becky, the average pullbacks ranges, I mean, like you can look at ATRs, you can look at swings, etc. But it depends on what time frame. It depends on many different things. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at standard deviations or whatever, and you're going to have to do your own back testing to determine that. I mean, what we've found is, with the S&P E-mini, 2 to 3 S&P points, it can do anything. If it breaks above the range, 2 to 3 points, it may continue, and we'd look for it, but it's not quite enough to be that strong breakout and continuation to pull price away from a range. And that's what we talked about down here, this little area here around 1035 to 1040, somewhere in here. Yeah. Let me get back to the Discord guys here. Sorry about that. Okay, Alan, yeah, we can take a look maybe at the absorption indicator. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go over too much stuff. Like I said, this is more about reading live order flow and giving insight to where it might go next. Okay, so we really want to, like, it's not so much about education on the platform and its features. We'll do more webinars though, where we will do that. So we'll meet that demand. See how the battle is kind of, we're right back up here, and there's still buying pressure in here. There's one or maybe a handful of players, but they come in here, they're really trying to move price away, or they're taking profits and dumping, whatever the case may be. There's still buyers in here, right? We can see this battle here. We're reading it right in the order flow. I mean, this is a larger player in here. They're coming in, and we can read how many are stops, how many are we can have the stop indicator here on chart. Oops, where's the on chart here? Okay, and let's show stops. Okay, and take off automatic threshold and look at all of them. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I mean, some stops were triggered. We know that. We see actually a couple different small stop runs, which is kind of interesting. The 55 and then 8, but look at all this other volume in here. Okay, this is a larger player, and they just came in and just hit market sell for hundreds of contracts, hundreds. Right, and we don't know. See how this is, it's just so interesting to get this kind of insight. See how these all 55 down here are stops. Not all of them are, or is it all of them? Yeah. Oh god, this is, it's kind of disgusting, kind of sickening to see how this works. This is how you get slipped. From here on down, we don't know where those stops are, but the larger player gets filled first, and then anyone that had a stop loss in here, they got stuffed and filled at the very, very bottom here. And it's just how the market works. Okay, their orders come first. It triggers your stop loss order. and then you get filled down here. So yeah, it's just how the market is. And look, in front of that, we see an iceberg order. Now it's only 10 and fully executed here. But another dynamic, a larger player wants to get filled with your stops. So anyway, nice dynamic to see there. You can see it right here in the subchart as well. And then some more selling here. You want me to turn that off, Alec? Yeah, I am just fascinated by it. I mean, this kind of dynamic to see in the marketplace, and this kind of level of transparency is just unparalleled. Yeah, I'm going to turn it off. We're just going to get back to reading the order flow here. Okay, and also let's just take a breather here and a bigger step back and take a look at the higher time frame here. So like this pattern here, let's see if we can get some follow through. What does it start to look like for you guys? And what are we looking for in this little area in here? Okay, we don't know yet where this is going. Like I mean, I do have a bias here to the upside. Just because of the strong buying in here, and then this kind of, again, this is a bull flag, and all it means is like return, bulls come in, return back to like the high volume node in here, and now what we need to see is if we get more buyers to move it away from the high volume node. Okay, that's really critical right now, really critical. Okay, now do we get them up here? It's starting to auction, but you see how it's dark under here. So we don't have a full kind of like high probability outlook right now. I would still go, kind of not a trade recommendation, but I'd still go with the upside here based on the order flow. One caveat is to watch this larger player again. Are they going to come in here just with massive sell orders again? Well, he's already done it 3 or 4 times. Okay, but you see the bulls come in, see them pulling up here. They're not really adding on the bid much, so I don't like that. Anyway, we'd still go with a bias here to the upside until we see something different. Yeah. So yeah, so you can see sellers already brought it right back down to the bottom of the range. And let's see if we get a return right back up there, though. They see how they pulled it right back to where these buyers initiated in this little kind of consolidation period in the breakout. So let's see if we get more buyers down here. Not yet. Okay, and then this would be the under over here, above 55. See the sellers here. If we can get buyers back up above here, 55, then we should get a move right back up into the top of the range. Okay, see how they're starting to kind of test that? Let's see if they can do it now. Yep, here they come. All right, we've got buyers up here. They should be able to move it back up. Back to about 57.5, 58. On choppy days, you see this just all the time, and the order book, is kind of dark around those areas. It really is, but you'll see this order flow phenomena like this. Sellers down here, buyers back up above it, stop them out. I mean, they're just and you'll see this a lot in crypto as well. All right. Let's see here. Okay, Jeffrey, that's fair. Poor choice of words. A should. Yeah, no, it doesn't have to do anything. I agree with you on that. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. Um, yeah, I guess I say should just because of the order flow. When it lines up, you know, it it looks like it. We're looking for that retest or that follow through or whatever in the order flow. Maybe, I don't know, likely. Um, yeah, likely or could or may. Yeah, all right. Yeah, um, good suggestion there. Thank you. Thanks, Alec. No, I mean, no, I think that's a very, very good suggestion. Um, so, yeah, tough read in here. I mean, I it's just trying to read this here. Move back down and see where the strong buying came in here, and the sellers are testing it lower. Again, we can get that under over right here if we get our buyers here. If we get our buyers up here, likely the move would come right back to 55. Likely. I guess one of the things, I guess, like with the order flow, I think you can be more confident about it. That's the beauty of it. I guess that's why I've been using the word should. Okay, here's our move to 55. Now let's see if we can get a continuation as well. It could be set up really nicely to come back up into our range we were looking for earlier here. At least to high volume node in here, 55. That looks good, or 56, somewhere around there. Rugged man, you would agree or disagree, or you don't want, you would prefer not for me to use should? You agree with Alec? Okay. Yeah. No. I think that's a very, very worthy suggestion there. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we can be more confident. That's really the beauty of order flow. It is an edge. It is an edge. Reading order flow, and put that within a trading plan. That's really the key. So here we are now. Now let's see if they can really pick it up. We're already back up into here. Okay, that was the scenario we're looking for in this small time frame here. I'm still looking for them to take this higher. We're back up here. It's been very, very choppy session. Still looking for 60, and we still see that despite this larger player that continues to come in and dump multiple times here, especially this one here. This is the biggest one. That we're still seeing buyers, so we're still looking for this to go higher here, and looking for the move up into stream right up into 60. Okay? Likely. I like that. I like likely move. How's the hero working with this market? I don't know. You can turn it on here. Beautiful move into 60, still looking for continuation here. It's 11 o'clock East Coast time, a little after 11. So yeah, this is, see how this pattern is, we've seen all this back and forth in here, but we're up here, we're transacting, and we're seeing buyers up here. And even with this kind of strong move and this pretty deep pullback here, but we're still seeing the buyers up here, and let's see if we can get more buyers to try to lift it up into our 71 level that we looked at earlier. Okay, we finally made it to 60. I mean, that took an hour. 65 kind of area here would be the next area, and then 70 here. And let's just take a step back and look at our higher time frame here. And it makes good sense. Here's 70. Our 70 level is just up here, actually 71, 72. So we can even bring this a little lower. I do like the 74, to be honest, just by the structure here. And wicks up here. So this is kind of the zone up in here. Let's turn on our hero indicator. Okay, you can see the cumulative volume delta here. So they're buying futures. So that should help fuel the you know, there's a confluence, and that should help move the market higher. Now again, like you know, these indicators, like we've always said, be very aware of what your indicator is showing you and how to read it, because it's really the order flow and the price action you want to read first. Okay, it rules the field here, and then next is looking for different confluences to add into it here. So you know, this is a pretty good confluence. If we find buyers back up top edge here, we have the hero indicator showing that they've been the dealers have been buying futures. Great, now we have a good confluence. Okay, so based on hero in here, we're looking for the breakout and continuation, 65 and then maybe 70 here, our higher time frame. What's the difference in hero indicator and CVD? Okay, so hero stands for hedge impact and real-time options. Go to Spot Gamma on this, or on our YouTube channel. There's also quite a few pro trader webinars we've had with Brent, and then also with Doug Pless. So take a look at maybe some of those and see how they integrate it within their trading. But the way this is displaying here is it's accumulation. So if there's a hedge impact that is positive number, then it shoots to the upside. If it's negative, then it will kind of move back down, and it just tracks that. It's always adding and subtracting over time. So you can see here, this is a pretty strong move here. They've been purchasing futures to warrant off that, or for their hedge impact here. Okay, so if it's a pretty strong buying of futures in here, well, then let's see the move to the upside. We already have pretty good order flow that supports it. Brent said something really, I mean, he said it the last 2 or 3 webinars. I think it was really interesting. Is you see this ramp up here of buying, but then reading the flat spots is also very insightful. Okay, so here we go. This is what we're looking for. Okay, the move higher here. 65 is our next level. We have some buying icebergs in here too. So we have another confluence in there. We also have a stop run here that took place, okay, above the swing, into 60. And we're finding buyers come in, so we should get our move. We are likely to get our move. 65, and higher time frame is up here around 71. Well, the interesting thing that Brent was talking about in here was where it's different to read than like cumulative volume delta, like with just regular volume. Okay, we can turn that one on too. Let's turn off the stops and icebergs. Okay, and you can use these two together as well. So the light blue line here is just regular volume in cumulative volume delta fashion, as well as the hero is the options impact here in by cumulative volume over time as well. So it uses the same method for calculating it. It's just very, very different readings here. So the different reading gives you different insight. Brent talks about this move to the upside. They've hedged now. So now it flatlines, and it tells you something that, like, okay, well, you know, they don't have to hedge any longer. Maybe this already has taken place. So this move maybe has already taken place. It's something to consider. Okay, but we still see buying pressure up above, so we're still looking for continuation until we see something else. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Jeff? I hope so. The cues are breaking out. Okay. Thanks, Alec. Bert, matching up the structure with the liquidity is a beautiful thing. Absolutely. It supports your thesis or your your trade idea. Absolutely. It's advertising. It's like you want to meet sellers up here, well, they'll sell to you. Yeah, okay, I see you responded, Alec. Yeah, it really it's you'll see like Scott Pulcini or Jay Trader or just about anyone. They're all looking at their strategies and their kind of higher time frame levels, and then they're looking at order flow around those levels. So you can look at any kind of strategy you want, and then look at the order flow around those levels. So for example, this bull flag in here that we're looking at, okay, buyers, sideways, and then continuation. So to understand if we're going to get that continuation or not, we're going to look at the order flow. So if you're a pattern trader, or volume profile trader, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Even candle, let's turn on some candles. So you have a 1 minute candlestick chart here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, well, bottom range is here. We see some wicks down here, a little bit lower here, maybe 59, and we see some selling coming in. So all right, so let's see the sellers reach down to here to 59, and maybe a little lower, maybe 58, right? Just based on this candlestick reading right here in the bottom of the range. I'd like to see them come a little bit lower here. 58.5 would be just about right. Okay, note how it's all dark, kind of dark up here though, so buyers can fill that in, or the aggressors can. So yeah, not really that. We're back to that not being high probability. So now actually now they're starting to come in here on the offer. See that? And we see the move lower here. Okay, so now we should find some buyers down here, okay, based on the wicks and the candles. And yeah, here we go. Here's a little bit on the bid, 58.5. Okay, so let's see if they can pull it back up to here, 60 3/4. And unlikely, because order flow is telling us something else. Larger player came in 195 contracts here, which they hold about half, so about 100. We're not seeing buyers in here. We're getting sellers down here, so they should drop it to 50, or we're likely going to drop to 57.5 in continuation here. And then let's see if we get buyers down here now due to the wicks. It just kind of hit some stops down here, fill this liquidity down here, and then maybe get some buyers. Now if we don't, and we don't see that, the next level would be down here, or even this wick down here. So now we're reading candlesticks and putting that candlestick theories type of trading and candlestick patterns into order flow. You can do this with any strategy. That's the beauty of it. What is the signal to have an entry? Well, you don't understand. Please explain. All right. So we're not calling entries. This is not a trading room. This is not trade recommendations. We're reading order flow. Okay, Scott Pulcini and Jay Trader on Wednesdays and Thursdays will come in, and they will trade the way they will trade live order flow, and they can explain their setups. So I would recommend Lang you come on Wednesday and Thursday if you want to listen to them. They offer educational services as well. You can reach out to them directly. Okay, we're reading order flow, and well, okay, let's go over an example on an entry, I guess, with a potential entry on the stocks. I mean, on the candlesticks here. Okay, so now we just came back up. We have a small little range in here based on the candles. Now, if we get more buyers back up above here at 60.5 or so, then that would be your signal. And according to candlesticks, that would be your signal to buy, right? Okay, because there's sellers up here, or you see the wick. Okay, we're looking at this wick over here as well, and some of these here. You can see an under over line right here. Okay, so we're looking for, if we can get buyers up here, we look for a breakout. And we haven't gotten them up here yet. In fact, looks likely they'll trade right back down to the bottom of the range here, 58, 57.75. Okay, back down into these wicks down here, or this wick here. Okay, not a whole lot going on right now. Kind of dark on either side here. We don't really have too much of a outlook right now. The order flow really isn't telling us much here. Okay, well, we found buyers down here before based on this wick and this bullish move. Okay, but where do the buyers take place? This is what candles can't show you because it's aggregated data. The buying actually took place up here. Not too much buying in here. Okay, but based on the wicks and the bottom of the range, you'd look for buyers to support it. Maybe they can just bring it back up to 59.5. If they can, 59.5, when we get buyers again here, we should get up to, or we're likely to get up to 60.5 or 61. Yeah, here we go. All right, so let's see it, buyers. Back up into here now, and then we're looking for, based on the candlestick method of trading in here, you'd be looking for buyers up into this area up in here, and then for it to continue a breakout. Okay, that would be your entry then, right? Somewhere around here. Or maybe you bought down here at the bottom of the range and just trade it back up, or take some off here in the middle of the range, or maybe you're holding for the other side of the range and your stops at break even. As you can see, it just opens a Pandora's box on like how you want to trade and where to enter. There's so many different trading strategies. It just totally opens it all up, and it depends. What's your time frame? What's your risk tolerance? Okay, well, we're still seeing some support here. Okay, they're on the bid here, and we're finding some buyers. Okay, so let's see if we can get back up to the top of the range now and get buyers up here. That's what we'd be looking for. The under overline, well, I've been referring to as pivots for years, and just recently in the last few weeks I've been calling it under overline. I'll have to kind of look that up, the terminology, but basically we're looking for like who's in control down below this area. You see a lot of selling down below it, and it kind of moves away from this and kind of area where there was a lot of buying previously, and we would look for buyers to support it up here and continue. This is where sellers broke it down, and you can see the retracement back to it here. So that's how we're drawing these lines. Okay, and we're still below it here. So we're looking though for buyers to upend it though and come back up above this line here. Okay, now here's your candlestick pattern here. Okay, now be careful here. Like it's still, see how it's dark underneath here? So this can be a nice trap set here. Sellers come in, back down to the bottom of the range. Okay, I mean, if you looked at the bottom of the range in here and you're trading your candles and maybe you saw some buying coming in, you're looking for either the high volume node or top of the range, take some off as a consideration for trade management. Yeah, Captain Price. I mean, it may take all day to get up into those higher time frames or higher levels, like the 71 and 70 or 84 or whatever it was. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, there's a lot of chop going on here. Euro USD, the Lang is currency futures from the CME. You'd look up the 6E contract. Okay, and the month would be June, so 6EM, and then depending on your broker, it might be 2, it might be 22. That would be the symbol. No, the hero is not free. You can go to the marketplace, Bookmap Marketplace, and look it up. It's from Spot Gamma. Okay, this turned into really range bound candle pattern here. Okay, but still, I'm really curious if we can get our buyers back up here again. they're bidding up a little bit here. We're starting to get them, starting to auction up here. So this is all positive. All right, they're pulling here. Let's see it. Let's see it, buyers. Let's see you break out now. Trade up into and through this area here. Okay, I like, see the difference here in the order book, that they're underneath here on the bid. They're bidding up and they're pulling here, and we're finding it's auctioning up here. So we're looking for continuation here. Okay, it's more likely to unfold now. Whereas when it was dark in here, sellers could take it right back down really quickly. Okay, and they're still actually able to do that, but they're still on the bid here at these higher levels. So this is good. Okay, and they did not trade through the high volume node here. The sellers did not. So we're back up here. All right, now more likely we should get the breakout. Yeah, well, there's a big caveat as well, which I hate to say, but I mean, we got to be aware that the timings and the caveats here. The European close is coming up in 5 minutes. So we're going to get some volatility in here, which is going to kind of screw up our whole outlook on this. So, you know, a trade consideration would be to, you know, either if you want to stick with this, would you reduce your size a lot and then widen your stops out, or just exit and wait for something clearer. Because we just don't know. That larger player has been dumping. Maybe they'll bring it back down here and then it'll come back up, etc. And that's due to the market timing right now. It's not really, I mean, the order flow still looks pretty good here. You know, they're still bidding up. We're still finding buyers. They have not brought it down below this 59.5 here. This is all good for the bulls. Okay, and we're back up here. Is it auctioning up here though? Very little. We need to see buyers here. There they go. There's a little bit. Let's get a little bit more. There they are. Okay, buyers highly likely. We should get up 61.5, maybe up to 63. Let's see. Yeah, I like this kind of 62 level, but liquidity's up here, 64, 65. Okay, there we go. 62 already. You know, I like it. Now, again, candlestick guys, if you're trading candlesticks, you would take your partial profit up here. You would. Why? Wicks. Okay, let's go. Let's take a look at our higher time frame. It's the same idea. There's wicks up here. This is where there was rejection, sellers coming in. So, you know, up into this 83. Yeah, let's just move this down a little bit. 83.5. That sounds good. So yeah, we would look for sellers to be up here. Okay, thanks for the insight, guys, and Trepidity on the commentary. Should versus likely. I mean, I agree. It should be. It's better to use likely. Yeah, the one thing is just like I said, I just firmly believe in the edge that order flow provides, and so yeah, we just look for those moves to continue or follow through. Um, okay, thank you, MC Local. All right, guys. Well, let's see. We're coming up here. It's been almost an hour and a half. We see some pretty good stuff, some back and forth, and a larger player in there. We went through, some of the pullbacks and some of the under/over order flow where we've seen like volume kind of trapped, and then you get buyers, you get sellers below it, buyers above it, and then you get these squeezes, etc. We went over candlesticks and considerations on how you may integrate candlestick analysis within your order flow analysis. Yeah, and we talked about Alan, thank you, about the under over and starting to understand that better. All right, let's take the candles off. And you can see the under over here still playing out really nicely. Yeah, and the under over is something different in the betting world as well, Alan. That's a good point. Yeah, I think that's why or over under. Oh, good, Noel. So you've been checking out the advanced course. Yeah, and then come to these webinars, and that should really help clarify. Yeah, highly recommend it. If you guys are new here, we have an educational course that's online. Access that. It's each is 4 parts. Each part is an hour. At least watch the first and second one. And things will be a lot clearer when you come to these webinars. A lot clearer. Okay. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. We'll look for the see if we can get our continuation here. It's still doing it. It still looks likely for the move up into our higher time frame. We're really kind of in the middle of a zone in here. On the hourly and the 15-minute, we'd be looking for it to trade to one of these levels in here, and it looks more likely that it should trade up into we can even draw a line in here around 68. So let's just do that, although I like the other ones better. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, continue to watch your order flow and look for your higher time frame levels. We will come back tomorrow and take a look at this though, but the structure is still bullish here, so more likely leading to that higher liquidity at these higher levels. Okay, Moto Dens, excellent. Yeah, no, thank you for that. Really appreciate that. Thanks for the kind words, guys. All right, so here's what's happening next. Come to the room with Traders Lab with Tom B. He's going to start pretty soon, and he's going to go through order flow for the rest of the afternoon. And it's excellent stuff. He looks at the S&P. And he talks through volume profile. Okay, very specific. Okay, here we went through candles, we went through a little bit of profile stuff, we went through patterns, we went through a lot of different ways of trading, and that's what these webinars are about. It's about order flow on all fronts, and Tom's going to look at it on his way of trading volume profile. Okay, so YouTubers, you'll have to join into the Discord chat for that for now. Until we get Tom up on YouTube, probably in another week or so. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah. Have a good day. Good trading out there, and we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.